Uh, I will say that this landscape is fairly characteristic of Southern California, um, particularly of San Diego. Of course, you have the hills and mountain ranges in the distance, in the background. That's always a pretty characteristic sign of a backdrop within Southern California. I work fairly close to those hills and mountains, so generally I sometimes I look at them when I'm at work, when I work at Chili's, and I'm fairly astounded. I'm fairly amazed, to be honest, by the beauty of San Diego and Southern California. Of course, those mountains generally they're covered by vegetation and shrubs, plants, foliage. Of course, there's various mountain ranges that run through San Diego County that have beautiful shrubs that smell quite nice. LA also has a number of beautiful mountain ranges too, which I've had the pleasure of seeing. Simply within Pasadena, I've been on one years ago with my father, but Pasadena has some beautiful mountain ranges that surround it as well. The difference between LA and San Diego, though, in that regard, is that San Diego's mountain ranges, they run from the northwest to the southeast. So they'd run from Oceanside to La Jolla, Torrey Pines area. Then they'd cut through Poway, Miramar, and then Claremont. Claremont is where San Diego Mesa Community College is. That's a great college where I had great professors and experiences. I love that spot. But there's a beautiful mountain range or hiking range over there. Number of mountains as well, and then then it cuts through further east, so that takes you around to San Diego State University, and then Cowles Mountain, which is in San Carlos. In that area, there's a number of beautiful trails like Mission Trails and Cowles Mountain and Fortuna. Woodson would have to be like my favorite though, but that's in Poway, so that's a bit distant for me. And then finally, the most southeastern region would be Jamul and Alpine area. But Los Angeles' mountains, they run west to east, right? I don't think they run, diagonally. They largely run adjacent. So they're not northwest to southeast, but they run west to east, and various numbers of distinct mountain ranges exist both in San Diego and LA, significant number of them, and the topography, they're different in that regard, but it's absolutely beautiful. I think the topography and the geography is what makes Southern California so beautiful and so stunning. It gives it so much depth and character and breadth as well. If I were to ever speak on geopolitics, which I would love to lead a workshop in Los Angeles or San Diego on geopolitics, I would absolutely, anybody who were to speak on geopolitics within Southern California or California in general would absolutely have to speak on the topography and geography, and of course the mountain ranges and various other natural resources and geographical characteristics that are present in this great region of the American West, particularly the Southwest, which we're situated in. And I love it. I absolutely love it, and I would love to educate other people on that, on the history and the geopolitics, as well as learn myself. And I'd love to lead a workshop. And we are planning a workshop in for April or upcoming May or April, and we'd love for you all to be there. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely day. It's absolutely beautiful, and just keep on going. CPI, Center for Political Innovation. I hope everyone's doing great. We are creating the future for America, and we're doing great. So, all right, have a good day.